Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. Last episode was a ton of shittiness until the end, and then it was a ton of fun. One of the most dramatic runs we've ever had. I figure, why not come in here and do a little gun game action. I still think we don't have a Lich gun game kill. You know what's nice about gun game though? Even if you get a shitty gun, at least you never run out of GD ammo, but we really did come almost all the way to getting that win on a miraculous Mega Hand pickup after killing the Dragon, which is hilarious. Anyway, if you haven't watched the last episode, even knowing the outcome, statistically speaking, it's probably better, or it's probably going to be better than this one. I've got nothing but respect for your time. We're all busy people. You know, it's like Marvin Gaye said, we're all overworked people with so much to give. And then he says, let's get it on, but we don't need to do that, you know. I'm a married man. Come on now. The bow is fine here, but we're really like not interested at all in the ammo drop. Okay, we got a nice little self-controlled missile launcher here. Keys are important. If you're gonna play gun game, it makes sense to play as the pilot, but we literally just did a pilot run, so I figured, you know, why double up on the pilot run when we could instead just try it as somebody else? And plus, honestly, after that last run, I just need a little bit of a break, honestly. Like a little bit of a break from the insanity that was trying to make it work. Give me a key, please. Give me a chest with hearts. An extra blank, which is nice because the flawless could be valuable. And a green chest is worth opening. And then it gave us the charm horn, which allows us to steal from the shop. I don't think we would. Here's the thing. You're going to be like, why don't you steal from the shop? Maybe you can steal from every shop, maybe you can't, okay? But if you can only steal from one shop, I want to make sure it's a shop that has passives in it instead of just what we'd be doing right now, which is stealing for a single key. So, I think this is ill-advised for us right now. Oh, the fight saber always reminds me of much earlier in my Gungeon career. I got the fight saber and was like, it sort of sucks. Like, this item's not very good. I don't understand how you're supposed to use the fight saber properly. Idiot. Little did we know that it's so valuable. Watch out, these are grenades. You can hurt yourself with these pretty easily. Don't know what happens if you use the Charmed Horn on a boss. But I will say the Patriot is doing some wonderful stuff here. Oh good, we don't need to know what happens if you use the Charmed Horn on a boss because we got the Charmed Bow instead. What an exquisite item of incredible properties. I know it would defeat the purpose to some extent, but I kind of wish that in gun game, every once in a while, if you got a shitty gun, you could just swap back to your default starting pistol and be like, you know what, this is what we're rolling now. I don't want to deal with the charmed bow. Alright, well the kiln actually worked out fantastically for us there. We're going to get the flawless. We also get a gun. I don't really care. We'll take the gun. Also, look at our armor, man. This is ridiculous. So a really, really good start to this run. And I do think, I mean, the ammo drop is actually worthless for us, so getting the charmed horn is actually really valuable. I still think the thunderclap is kind of bad, but we'll see. We'll see temporarily and then, you know, forget soon after. I don't know, did it actually two-shot that guy? That's not that bad, then. Alright, I mean, I'm starting to realize, I think what it took me a long time to realize in Gungeon is that there's way more bad guns than it originally appears. So for a while, or maybe it's actually just that the last run was so terrible that now if I even have anything that fires, I'm like, okay, this is solid. But even like I'm looking at the unfinished gun right now and I'm like, yo, dog, unfinished gun has piercing shots? That's incredible. Is it actually incredible? Probably not, but it's pretty dope. That's a little bit, it gives you some idea of where my standards are right now. I think we should buy, no, we shouldn't buy a key because it's going to be a gun. So, that makes no sense for us, but again, we're just saving our theft until we can steal a passive item of some sort. Should we buy a key? I think we should buy a key and just head down to the next floor. And honestly, after last run, where every single floor took us 45 years to finish, the fact that we just finished this floor in like under 5 minutes and got some amazing stuff is making me so happy. Definitely feel like it was the right decision to use to play gun game here. Ooh, interesting. We got a shop on the other side of our room here. The owl is so freaking expensive, man. We did buy a key. If we hadn't bought a key, we wouldn't be able to afford the owl anyway, but we could have afforded the uranium amulet, which, considering that we have armor, might be okay, but you know what? Could we have stolen from him using the charm torn? Look, don't hate me because I'm an idiot. Pity me because I'm an idiot. That's all I ask. Going here. Oh, the dragon fire, so good. Which means it'll last about 10 seconds here before we get something else. We should at least use the charm torn against, like, you know, some enemies. Don't know if it was really worth it on this room. That's okay. A little bit of Excalibur action. We are at the very least familiar with this item after our last run, where we used it, I would say, to pretty good effect. Like, the Excalibur was fairly important for us. You know, definitely our best weapon for a while. And our second best weapon after we got the Mega Hand. Depending on how you feel about the camera, I guess. Which is, you know, I'm very pro-camera. I hope that's apparent. We shouldn't take the key yet. Ooh, please duck. Get the kill. Ooh, we got the Frost Giant. The light gun is an item that, to be honest with you, I'm probably guilty of disrespecting a little bit. When I see it, I never go, oh, light gun, amazing. But then I noticed how quickly it actually killed the lead maiden here, and I'm like, you know what, it's a cut above pure shit, at least. Which is not my way of giving it a backhanded compliment and saying, like, it's actually shitty. But it's not as shitty as I thought it was. It's just like, that establishes a certain baseline. Like, obviously the Frost Giant sort of shit on it here. Frost Giant has a little bit less ammo, I think. But it at least is like, it's certainly better than using the starting pistol. Luxon Cannon, it doesn't bother me at all to be using this on the second floor. We got a key shop. Let's try it. Oh, he knows that we've stolen from him. We might have to be a little faster next time. So we stole HP. I think we should try to steal the other stuff as well. And hopefully, you know, we don't get murdered by the shopkeeper. That'd be a little disappointing. It's a regular shotgun, I think. We don't really want to, like, steal a key from the shop. Like, is this guy... Oh! All the items are gone. Not from this guy, though. So we can still steal from the actual shopkeeper. Okay, good to know. Or we could buy from the actual shopkeeper, for that matter, but... So I guess it does make sense to save your theft until... Or to just not get caught. Maybe you can charm him, get in, get out quickly enough. But I kind of dilly-dad a little bit. We have the dick hammer. Cobalt hammer, sorry, that's it. It sounds like I was calling Cobalt a dick, but I didn't mean that even in a, you know, secret roasting sort of way. I swear. I don't mind using this just as a room clearer, considering we don't have to concern ourselves with its ammo at all. Blue chest, I don't know. I mean, there is another key, so we should probably just open this one. I actually thought that it destroyed bullets, which is why I got so in there. So we should just open this. This one is the Anvilin. Which is okay, but it means that our next... Ooh, we have the Zorgun for now as well. Good item to take into a boss fight. Convenient. And I guess we want to use the Charmed Horn when he spawns enemies of the zone. Got no need for it really right now, but when he spawns his own little beholsters, maybe we can get some value out of that. Thank God we got rid of lowercase r. Oh, it doesn't even charm the little baby beholsters. Baby beholsters in the deep blue sea. Looks so wild and it swims so free. Raffi? Anybody? Come on. Don't tell me you didn't play with that Raffi shit when you were, you know, yay high to a cornfield. What's that expression? Yay high to a something? A fence post? Oh, this is good. Skull Spitter. I mean, it's no vertebrae, but it's fine. We almost took damage there, but we are going to get a 6 HP instead, which is lovely. Got some extra armor. Okay, every time, man. Oh, Cartographer's Ring. Actually, this is not what I thought it was. I thought it was Unity, where the more guns you have, the more damage they do. But we've had that in Gun Game once before, and it was really annoying. But on this one, we got Cartographer's Ring. Some floors are familiar. I mean, if it gives us a bullet hell and it's the same layout, and we know it's the same layout, then there's a lot of value to be had there, I suppose. And this is like easy mode right now. Now, I'll think a lot differently if we end up getting to the boss fight and we have, you know, the Derringer for a while or something like that. But for now, this is easy mode, because we don't have to worry about ammo consumption for the first time in 100 years. Even the blunderbuss is fairly poor here. Alright. Oh, now we got the transforming. And is this the M16? The Patriot's the one that the more you use it, the more, the faster it fires, right? That one's amazing. Could use a key to get into what is presumably Map Man. Let's see if we just get a key. We could always buy a key. Idiotic decision on my part. Complete waste of 1 armor, but his chest is blue, which is alright. And actually, we knew it was going to be a blue passive, so the utility belt gives us more ammo, we can hold a second item, etc., etc. I think you do buy a key. Let's be honest. Money's fairly basically no object because of the fact that we can steal whatever we want from one shop. We could probably just, you know, teleport to a different room, but that's good practice anyway. So we got 6 HP. Use our key here. What do you got for me? It is a map man, so we'll get some sort of item. What do you got for me? Share the completed map. He gave us the med kit. So we do have a second item. And honestly, the med kit could... let's not get too dramatic, but it could win us the game. It could be the greatest item in human history. Now, it's just a good backup item to have in case things start to go off the rails, you know? And I mean, we do have the ability to take like 15 hits right now. You know, 6 times 2 plus 3 armor, but that might not be the same always for the future. So the fact that we have some kind of HP is very valuable, I think. Alright, floor 3. What's our goal here? Pick up the passive from a chest, or the active for that matter. We'll see what it is. Steal from the shop if it's got a high quality item. Membrane is totally fine. And don't lose your armor. Flawlessing the boss would also be a huge asset for us. But stack up passives basically. Don't lose any more armor than you need to. You may need it for later. I don't know, maybe we've got to be closer to the enemies in order to get the Charmed Horn to work on them. Gotta be honest, that utility belt pickup may end up being extremely important on this run. The ammo capacity up is irrelevant, but the fact that we can now hold the med kit is dope. Please swap me off of the wind-up gun. It's not that bad, but I prefer some other things. We can't go into the cursed shop yet, but we should keep in mind that we may actually be able to... I think you can either have a level of curse or some money. Like, if you have over, like, 100 and something credits, you're good. But, we could just fairly easily get a cursed weapon and then teleport back there. I'm never going to use a key on this. We might as well just crack it and hope for something. I say I'm never going to use a key on it because either it's a brown level passive or active, which means it's probably not going to be very good, or it's a brown level gun, which just replaces our existing gun. Similarly, like, I can't really see myself using a key on that unless we get so many keys on this floor that we are like, sure, a key for an armor, that's fair. Alright, well, we've charmed the jammed enemy. Charmed the jammed enemy. Well, his feet are stomping, you know. That song's making a comeback, man. It's in that CoverGirl ad with Katy Perry. Everyone thought I was making that song up for, like, the last 2 or 3 years, and I've been bringing it up. Nick doesn't have any memory of it whatsoever. I'm telling you, it was a cultural phenomenon. I thought this was Snake Maker, but it's not Snake Maker. Isn't? Oh, it is Snake Maker. Super meat gun, classic item. Not gonna last very long, but the candle that burns twice as bright burns out twice as quickly. That's what I've always said. So I'd really just like to have... Super meat gun makes us go faster, I think, too. I'd really just like to have a cursed weapon. Like, for example, if you could find it in your heart to give us the Excalibur again temporarily. We go into that cursed shop, we steal, you know, from as many enemies as we possibly can. Think of the amazing rewards we could get by being able to steal, like, once from every single shop. So just pay close attention and see if you can get a cursed item. There might also be the ability to steal a cursed item from the shop, use that to get into the cursed shop. And then, well, I would certainly feel very clever as a result of this at the very least. The horn also replenishes so quickly. What do you got for me? Blast helmet. I think it makes you, like, immune to explosions. It's not bad, and it is our first passive. So it's our first passive on the shop, so I think it's tempting to be like, yeah, let's do it, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, this is absolutely the right time. I don't think it's worth it to waste, you know, all future shops on that right there. So we have the Treadnought. Luckily, at least temporarily, we're going to have a speed upgrade here. Then we have the laser rifle, which is, you know, not particularly solid. But it's okay. It won't last forever. And at least we have range associated with it. Now, it would be hilarious, I'll admit, if I ended up getting hit by an explosion, and thus stealing or buying the blast helmet would have saved me a lot. It's the microtransaction gun. Oh, almost took some burn damage there. I recognize, by the way, we do have Charmed Horn active. Sort of don't see it being too useful here. I could be wrong, though. This is going okay. Oh, Mega Hand. Okay. Mega Hand we've got an extremely soft spot for. And that soft spot is my dick! Wait, that doesn't really paint me in a good light there. Alien Engine. This is terrible. Figured just get in there with the blank active. Please change weapons. I can't get close enough to do damage. I learned it from you. Oh, I had the thunderclapper that whole time. Oh, what a throw. Easiest flawless of my life. I still blame the Alien Engine for that, but I also blame myself. But mostly the Alien Engine. Oh, we do get a passive, though. The Irradiated Lead. Could easily have 7 HP right now. That's alright. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Sweat it and forget it. Still a very, very good run right now. And again, it's all passives, baby. Every passive we get drastically improves our situation. Is this the shotgun you can also charge? Yes, it is. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You guys don't want any part of this. Still banking. Oh, you idiot! You were on fire. Still banking on that level of curse showing up. Nice. The plunger is a terrible choice here. Don't think we've seen our secret room. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get a level of curse. So I think you buy this key from the shop, assuming there is one. And then you go back here, and you hope that this gives you a cursed item. It doesn't, but it gave us shadow bullets, which is awesome. So, unfortunately, the curse shop is going to have to wait until a different run, which means it's not really waiting at all. But shadow bullets, yeah, I'm very much for it. Again, all passive items are created equal in my mind, except for the ones that are, you know, distinctly objectively better than others. Super not stoked to have the plunger right now, but it's not gonna last forever. I've committed already the cardinal mistake with the plunger of basically not leaving myself any room to breathe. The other thing is, these guys don't take poison damage. This is like a great example of you live by the absurdity, you die by the absurdity. We can't kill them with poison. We have to kill them with the blunt force trauma of getting hit by this liquid. Please change my weapon. Please. I'm begging you. I mean, I can do this all day. That dodge is like the easiest thing in the world. Oh my god, I got hit. And you know what? 2 armor to get swapped off of that, life goes on. Rubidyne prototype is pretty solid. And of course, you know, Rubidyne prototype is going to be gone in like 2 seconds here, whereas the plunger we had to use for an entire nasty room. I charmed that grenade to an extent that it just blew itself up. It's ideal for me, but from a self-preservation standpoint, it struck me as a little silly. Elephant gun is fantastic. Not dead, huh? Also, a little surprised at the lack of death right there. So we have the sawed off. I'm kind of throwing on this floor. I think this is a good wake-up call to be like, hey, don't be such an idiot. Take ammo, even though we have no need for it whatsoever. Okay, let me charm your pants off, baby. Nothing good here. Surely on the forge. We'll go to the shop, we'll use the charmed horn, and then there's gonna be something in there. At least the demon head knocks enemies into the shit here. But this is not a weapon we, I think, want to use long term. Being able to light enemies on fire is a major strength, don't get me wrong. It takes a little longer than I'd like, though. Okay, now well, be careful what you wish for, because now we got the Phoenix. I thought maybe we could extinguish the flame. Well, we're not getting the key. We might as well just blow it up. And we got the scope! Holy shit. It's like extremely well worth shooting the chest. Now, mind you, what it had inside of it might have been a lot better than the scope. But this is still a really good haul. Mostly because I was expecting to get nothing. So to get anything is huge. Phoenix is not very good as far as, you know, starting guns go here. Corsair is pretty solid, though. I mean, we could just go buy a key. I recognize that is indeed an option. Where's the fun in that, though? Again, these enemies that aim to miss you. I don't know whether mill ya or miss ya. Doesn't work as well. Key. Start spamming these Corsair shots out here. I'm not even close to being despondent right now, by the way. I think that this run is still going just fine. Admittedly, slightly disconcerted by the relatively high damage we've taken on this floor. But plenty of time to work through that. Gotta spot this guy, yeah. Just keep him busy, at least. That guy gone, we're in a much better spot. Target selection and all that. As long as some of those shots poison, I'm relatively okay with his gun selection. Should do it. These guys don't get poison. Just gotta do raw damage. This guy gets poisoned, though. Well, let's have some fun with the railgun, at least. Don't change it. Give me, like, one more room with this. Look at all the keys we got now and all the doors that require keys to open. As much as I don't really like the saws as much as the ones you get from Super Meat Gun, I gotta admit, it was still a pretty good roll here. So it would be really awesome to cap off this floor, which has not been great, with a flawless on the boss. You're gonna actually give me the Mega Dowser. Like a poison Mega Dowser. Incredible. This is what we worry about happening on, like, the Lich fight. Give me shock bullets, maybe, but actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. This is a great time to come across the boss fight. Okay, no boss fight, but, you know, kicking the asses out of these fairly basic enemies here. Come on, boss fight. This is the perfect timing. It's not a boss fight. It's going to change our weapon. Weirdly enough, I feel like I lose something if I don't go through with this. And the animation's like kind of broken on this. Maybe it's because of the scope. It just stays, you know, charged-ish. I was gonna say I feel like I lost that key if I don't pick up the blooper, but really, the longer we stick with a good weapon, the more we win. And if the rat wants to take the blooper, you know, no skin off my scrote, basically. Got some kind of gun here. I'm not sure which one this is, but it doesn't really matter in the whole scheme of things. I think we got a good chance of flawless as long as we don't roll into... Like, I'd rather roll into a gun that's actually pretty bad on damage than roll into Alien Engine again. Mostly because it just fucked up my routine. I thought I was doing relatively okay. Oh, that was such bad damage. This is a dead end. I mean, I would maybe like to go see Map Man if that is Map Man, and if it's Fairy in a Jar, then that's fine by me as well, but I can't really say with authority that's what we want to do. We'll try to maybe find our shop first. Okay, I think we go through with the boss fight. Recognize, of course, we have the med kit. It's kill pillars. Oh god, I turned up my volume accidentally here. There we go, get it back to a comfortable level. So Charmed Horn did nothing. Tearjerker is like one of the worst items we could possibly hope to have here. At first I was like, do we really want to go into this boss fight with this like semi-shitty pistol? That was horrible. A semi-shitty pistol was 100 times better than what we ended up actually having when we passed through those doors. And I do blame that somewhat for the fact that I took damage there, but I also bricked it up myself a little bit. Don't think the Moon Scraper is like exactly what we want here. In fact, I think in general a beam weapon is fairly bad for the kill pillars. What we want is like something with piercing shots. For this phase in particular. Took damage like almost literally exactly the same way. That's alright. As long as we live through this fight, you know, we got HP, of course, but we have the med kit as well. We're not going to use the med kit until like the absolute latest that we can, but admittedly, we're starting to get there. But remember, we still got a shop theft awaiting us. And all things considered, this is... Compared to where we were a couple of weeks ago, this is still an okay pillars fight. Okay, so the more... Oh, never mind. We already lost the Gilded Cobra. Don't fucking die. Can't believe I actually managed to get a kill with the trash can here. Sorry, the trash cannon. Ooh, that was dangerous. What do we got now? Charge shotgun that I don't fully understand, but we'll use nonetheless. I actually thought they were going to give me the plunger. And I was like, alright, well, fuck you too, basically. Okay! I used the medkit. And I'd do it again, goddammit. I probably took a little damage because I was distracted by using the medkit. But it was either that or just die, so... Well, I don't know, man. Half of that I put on my own feet, but a little bit of blame towards the game as well for the nonsense that I think we experienced there. Like, look, do you see those freaking rolls that we got? Here's the thing. If we use a key to go see Map Man, we won't have the entirety of the map. So let's use a key to go in here. We will steal as much as is possible. Invincibility would be good. Oh, we can only take one item. So we took the badge. I think that's the right call. I still think we're set up okay, but definitely it's gone a little off the rails. It would be foolish of me to disagree with you on that one. It's not Map Man. It's Fairy in a Jar, which is actually pretty good. So we'll take our 3 HP. And this might just give us enough to keep going for now, but we definitely, like, barring terrible weapon rolls, we should have a great chance against the Dragon. That's, like, automatic. It's really bullet hell where things become dangerous, but I'm expecting that this Charmed Horn right now is going to be an amazing setup. And do I think the badge was worth picking up? Yes, because it's passive, and the other options were active. We could hold them because we do have the utility belt, but I still think I'd rather have permanent damage. Okay, so we know exactly where to go here. I don't think I care about chests, just because, you know, half of them are going to be worthless because of the fact that we're on, gun game. Plus, also, we can save, hopefully, some HP or maybe even some armor, depending on how things go here, just by going the right way. So this is exactly what we're hoping for, is, like, beautiful... That was horrible. Beautiful room layouts that we're aware of. If we're aware of the bullet hell layout when we go down there, I think that's awesome for us. So we have the Deckard. Actually, like a very solid option for us right now. Did let him create the Skelly. That's alright. Shadow Bullet's working out occasionally extremely nicely for us. If you just want to give me the Deckard for the rest of the run, I think I could stomach it, honestly. Terrible damage. But this is one of the tougher rooms on the Forge. I'm not saying we should have an excuse to take damage down here, but... I mean, the badge died. Penn Badgley, where'd you go, man? Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Oh, there he is. Okay, so he's gonna curse us, but also give us vengeance. So this is what we were here for, is the damage. Okay, now stop taking damage. Effectively, it's not cute anymore. There's no excuse for it. The consequences are outrageous. Think you can charm this guy? Probably, but I don't think we need to. I'd much prefer to just save our charmed bow. Even though it recharges really quickly, I'd much prefer to just guarantee ourselves the save for the Forge. And even if we can only steal one item, we know what we're going for. It's not going to be HP. We should also maybe buy whatever we want before we steal, because she's going to take our items away. Like a real jerk. You know, mutation's totally fine. Membrane is also very good. Oh, dude, what I wouldn't give to just guarantee ourselves knowledge of what the map will look like on Bullet Hell. This is where you say there's only like 5 different outcomes that Bullet Hell can actually have. Why don't you just learn the maps? And I say, mind your own business! Wow, it's shit. Okay, well, Blank's 32, HP's 48. Buy the blank, steal the red heart. Which has cursed us. Loving these shadow poison flare gun shots. Not amazing on damage, but on style points, it's got miles and miles, man. Oh, now, good, we got the pea shooter just in time to start the dragon fight. I still think we go for it. This dragon fight is of pretty pivotal importance, though. So hopefully we change weapons relatively quickly here. At least we got, like, some alternative damage sources. I can't believe the Forge did not have an active item. Oh, you're gonna give me Alien Engine, huh? Well, there's really nothing we can do except get in there whenever possible. There we go. Okay, they changed us with merciful nimbleness, and I appreciate that more than you could possibly know. Again, every gun has like some baseline of damage that it wouldn't have otherwise had as a result of the fact that we now have Vengeance combined with, you know, the poison shots. Gives it some extra benefit there. I really thought that I was gonna fuck up that roll. I feel like don't use a blank here unless you have to, and I really do feel it towards the end of that we pretty much had to. Oh, the Tangler is the world's greatest. And that's why it could not survive in this world for very long. Mass shotgun. Let's get as much as we can on that blank. Gungeon Eagle, I think, is a trash gun. Okay, that's well worth the blank as far as I'm concerned. This dude is straight up Tangle. Not the biggest fan of the fact that Yep, there goes our flawless. You say after all that, they give us the camera. At least we don't have to get right up close and personal to hit like Alien Engine, but still. I ran into him, but did not take damage somehow. Level 1 Polaris is like a joke at this point. At least you can tap fire it out pretty quickly. And, oh, this is perfect. Okay, stick with this. And it's gone. Honestly, if we're 1 or 1.5 HP down, going down to the next floor, I feel like that's still pretty okay. Of course, I would have preferred to have, you know, gotten the flawless and then have even more HP than we started with, but all things considered, it's not so bad. Especially considering we got some pretty poor setups there. Like Alien Engine, I think we handled just fine. But camera's a rough one. Oh, it's oxygen tank. Oh, we were so close to getting the kill there. So I'd say there's no way we take more than 1 extra hit here. And this might be one of our best chances of getting a Lich kill on Gun Game. Honestly, I feel like, you know, Gun Game most of the time, at least in the early game, is a lot better, a lot stronger than not Gun Game. The danger comes in that the end game, you might get stuck with shit when you need gold. But in the start of the game, as you're seeing right here from the fact that we finished this run like 10 minutes faster than you normally would, it's easy, man. Again, as long as you don't get totally screwed. But we really should have at least 1 more HP. One of those should have been a flawless. Or we should be holding the medkit right now, which would be much nicer, I'll admit. We do not have knowledge of the way that this floor looks, unfortunately. Wow, that was just an amazing shot that they got me with there. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, this is probably pretty obvious, but I think part of the secret of this run, if we're going to win on this floor, is using Charmed Horn all the time. And we really should be able to use it extremely frequently. It charges so quickly. I don't think, like, on this room, I don't know if it provides us with much value anymore, considering how much we've already done. But starting on the next room, for sure. Don't even need to be over here, that's alright. Okay. So this is all about, you know, hearts in abundance. And even though we charmed that guy, I'm gonna spam as many turtle shells out here as I can. Mostly because he's going to be hard to kill regardless. It's alright, more enemies. Ooh, Laser Lotus. I love your high range. I love that we've gotten out of the way here. Good stuff. Charmed Horn charged again. There you go. Okay, it's still going to create nasty bullets. But at least it's shooting the first of those nasty bullets at enemies that are across the map. That was real easy. Okay, good stuff. Pox Cannon, pretty solid. And we're already poisoning enemies with surprising regularity, but Origami is very good as well. This room's like a little too spaced out for me to consider using the Charmed Bow. But I never really realized that the Charmed Bow not only good for theft, but also seems like a really good item. Man, Gungeon Eagle's so bad. It seems like a really good item for this late in the game. Well, I am an actual idiot by trying to like hit as many enemies as possible there. Blunderbuss, also relatively, absolutely horrible. It's okay though. There should be no reason for me to take damage using Charmed Bow. Like, Charmed Bow should be what prevents me from taking damage. Not Charmed Bow, Charmed Horn, sorry. So don't throw your HP away trying to get a clever use of the Charm Horn. Oh, almost caught yourself in Poison Town there. That gun's really good. Okay, you gotta kill the guy who actually shoots bullets. That's like lesson number 1 here. Easy room and an actual full, honest-to-God red heart. I didn't even know they made those anymore. This is ridiculous. Wow. That I don't blame on charm. I blame that on the levels of curse that I have from stealing. But still, that's only half a heart down. We gained a full heart last room. Just don't let it become too much of a habit here. Yep, I got hit. That time, I blame my own idiocy. I got stuck on a wall. You can only get stuck on a wall so many times before you gotta stop blaming the wall and start blaming yourself. Those guys have got to go down in 1 hit with poison. I'm actually amazed that it takes more than that. I don't even remember what this gun is. We're shooting 9 different colors of bullets at this point, though. Oh my god, we didn't get hit. That is amazing. We got quite the stretch here without having hit a dead end. I hope that holds true forever. I've targeted the wrong enemy to start with, but it's too late to compensate for my mistake. We got lucky. I don't think we charmed anything. That's okay. Better to charm nothing at a distance than, you know, run the risk of getting hit close up, I think. Just get as many bullets out there. Like, I feel like as soon as an enemy's poisoned, they're basically done. Oh, unless they can't be poisoned, in which case, you know, you're never going to get there. Quad laser, actually extremely dangerous. Well, luckily we're not rolling with it forever, although we got probably an even worse gun. But it's extremely dangerous as a room clearer just because it takes so long to actually function. But I'm not mad about it because it did kill that enemy extremely quickly. You know what? Gungeon Eagle also did some great work for us there. As much as I'm loath to say it because I'm always, you know, Mr. Anti-Gungeon Eagle. I don't know how I ended up... Like, I'm not surprised I didn't take damage. I don't understand how he died. Was it from holding poison shots? In which case, awesome, I guess. Alien sidearm. Also, not really fantastic. But the dick hammer gets a little bit more solid. It does poison with the beams as well, which is actually much better than I expected. Whoa, okay, it's the tentacle. It looks cooler than it actually is good, but still. You know what they say, it's better to look good than to feel good. Even just minimizing the amount of bullshit we have to see, I think, is really valuable for us here. We gotta try that. And Old Faithful, also totally fine. I think we've done pretty well on bullet hell so far. This is Old Goldie, not Old Faithful. You know what I mean, though. This room is gonna be tough. And I say this every single time. It's like it's a trope in and of itself, but this room is pretty tricky. This is a charged weapon, I never realized. It's one hell of a charged weapon, in fact. I don't really know what that did, but it did seem to destroy bullets in there. I figure get some damage on this guy and then maybe try it again. Okay, never mind. We have the flame hand now. Is it yearning, a honey eternal flame? You know, the Bangles? Paul McCartney, John McLennan, former St. Louis Blues goalie, Jamie McLennan. It's really the Paul McCartney and the McLennan boys. He's gotta be gone. As bad as the flame hand is, nobody can sustain that level of fire. At least it's got knockback, you know? We got into some shit here. On the knockback, at very least. At the very least. There we go, the vertebrae K. It's the first time we've had it on this entire run. And honestly, if it leads us into the Lich fight, I would be totally okay with that. It didn't. So I am not okay with this in the least. I'm actually grossly offended. Okay, taking care of the early shitheads. This gun is amazing. This is a shotgun full of hate and then a shotgun full of love. Is that that's the ticket here? As long as we can make it to the door before these bullets start to reach like a critical mass. Oh, it looks like we're kind of worrying over nothing. Just watch out for the poison. So far, so good. I think we killed the champion, the jammed enemy. Might as well make my life easier on the red ones. These guys are gonna be red ones once I finish with the trident here. As far as, you know, elemental-based weapons, I guess I'm okay with the trident. Relatively happy. Half a heart, dude. This is good stuff. There's a skelly on the left. And honey's on my left. Skelly's on my right, which is actually where the skelly is. The skelly's... Well, he's on my left if my character's facing down and I, you know, internalize myself as the character, I suppose, but that's a little ridiculous, I think. Alright. Oh, fantastic. Quick thinking to get over there, but I think it's fair to say that the blasphemy is not really an item that I'm looking forward to using long term. Hopefully it swaps out relatively soon, because if we have to take this into the boss fight, it's gonna be tough. Unfortunately, I think we have to be very aggressive. Like, extremely proactive about kicking the shit out of these enemies. I can't believe we did that, actually. I'm literally amazed. I don't know what it means to be literally amazed. Like, is my mouth agape or something like that? But the fact that we got through that room without getting hit is very surprising to me. That was lovely. And the Tangler is a fantastic weapon that I'll never complain about having access to. Thought maybe for a second there I might get caught in the explosion, but luckily does not appear to be the case. Okay, the cannonball? Not sure about that one. But okay. We continue to just kind of tread water on bullet hell, and honestly, treading water on bullet hell is extremely positive. Now watch out. You know there's going to be swamps here. I think that is a more clutch usage of the cannon, or of the charm horn than typical. For me, oh my god, what a terrible throw twice at the end of this room. Nearly 3 times. At least we got armor back for our troubles, but, you know, it was a bit of a sobering moment for sure. You kidding me? I can't, like, land a shot on the dude that was summoning? Well, at least that was fast. Oh, this is a great weapon to start with, man. Okay, I think we genuinely have a shot. It depends entirely on the bullets that we get, or on the guns that we get, which do dictate the bullets that we get. Not my favorite use of the charm horn. If we glean little else from this run, I think we can be stoked at the quality of the charmed horn as a very useful room clearing item, or, you know, helpful room clearing item late in the game. It has actually done like crazy good work for us on bullet hell. Mutation also totally fine. I might have given up a little bit of damage too easily on this phase of the Lich fight. I think that's fair to say. In fact, I basically found myself in hell by the end of this. But it's all to save the blanks for later phases of the fight. I think I handled that first phase extremely poorly. But this is the closest we've come to a bullet hell victory with gun game. We got 2 ammo. We got 2 blanks. It's plausible. But I'd really like to get some high-quality guns. We started with 1, and then it immediately was replaced. No, my brain... No. You might say... Oh, God, I fucked that up so bad so quickly. You might say, why didn't you use a blank there? I was trying to force myself, you know, School of Hard Knocks. Learn how to do that dodge appropriately. But we gotta test that. We gotta watch some game film as opposed to just, you know, doing it live there. Okay, that worked, but I don't know if we can rely on that forever. At least we haven't just completely given up. Dang, that one hurts. We were really close on that one. I had a fun time on that run regardless. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.